Alright. No, I just want to do another one of these because I think they're pretty fun. Talking about like my opinions on stuff. I'm not going to be an opinion channel. Of course, I'm going to have some games ready to go. I've been trying to find some stuff to play, but you know, I want to be a little bit different. But I think I think I'll do this one and like one more, and I think I'll be done for at least the tier lists. Will I do more? Of course I will, but for right now, I'll just do this one, and I think I might do a fast food one. I know it's kind of like a big thing, but whatever. I missed the trend already, I know. We're only going to do up from Dr. No to Goldeneye. I am starting to watch all the Daniel Craig movies. I have not watched all the other Pierce Brosnan movies, so I'm just going to like put them like down here just because I have not watched them. I have been watching Casino Royale. I might give my opinion on that once I finish it. I've been busy, so I can't really finish Casino Royale. I can't see these 4 movies because I can't find them anywhere. That's a subscription based. But anyway, let's start with Dr. No. This movie, it's a good movie. The first movie, Sean Connery was good in it. Had growing pains. I loved the villain a lot. The theme song was pretty good. It's kind of forgettable at times. Like, of course, the driving scene was really cool. The ending, I don't even remember what the ending was. I guess they just got off that boat thing and just stormed out, and that's how the movie ends, I think. But it still was it was a fun movie. Of course, you got Bernard Lee as M, and you got what's his name as Q, and Lewis. I don't know how to say her name. She's Moneypenny, but she's the best Moneypenny out of all of these. But pretty good movie. Yeah, this is good. Now the next movie that came out the next year, From Russia with Love. This is a masterpiece. I don't care what I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's pretty predictable. It's so good. The whole train. I guess I call it the train act. Was really good. The Bond girl was pretty cool. What I do like is that they actually introduced Spectre. And of course, Spectre's sort of big in like the Connery era and a little bit of Roger Moore and a lot in Skyfall and Spectre, of course. And I do like and there's some because I've not seen this in quite a while, but I remember a lot of what happened. The last scene where the lady tries to take the typewriter or whatever, and then they have like a little fight sequence in there, and she just holds her by with the chair. I loved it. It was I laughed when I saw that. It was so good. But yes, the theme song was okay. The villain, of course, was Spectre. I'm just saying that this whole movie is about Spectre. It's a really actually, it ain't a masterpiece. It's great. It's a great movie. It's not a masterpiece like this movie, Goldfinger. I actually watched it again a couple nights ago. Yeah, this movie is a masterpiece in itself. Literally, I could not think of a better movie to recommend to somebody if they're trying to hey, I was wanting to get in Sean Connery and all that. What's a good movie? Goldfinger. You literally. If you start with Goldfinger, I think you would, be able to get through most of these movies pretty well. You'd kind of okay, Bond's a British intelligent agent, and he, I don't know, likes women. This is a very good movie. The villain was good. And of course they introduced the. I think it's called the Aston DB5 or something like that. They introduced that car. They introduced the whole the whole James Bond thing, and of course good movie. These all 3 could honestly be masterpieces, but this really takes the cake out of all of them. And then where is it at? There it is. Thunderball. people would honestly put this in masterpiece. I feel like it's a great movie. It would never be meh. It'll never be good. It'll never be masterpiece though. It's just great. It's a great movie. Spectre. I think Spectre shines in this movie as well. I forget it. I kind of forget because it's been like almost like actually about 2 months since the last time I saw these movies. Well, these three. I just saw this the other day. But I can distinctly remember because look at this. Look how many movies I have to get through just to figure out it all. Thunderball, it was good. I did like the jetpack scene in the beginning. When they finally had Sean Connery play in the gun barrel sequence, I don't know why they decided for they didn't want him to do any of this, and then all of a sudden he does that one. I don't know. I kind of find it a little bit dumb, but that's just me. Great movie, great. I actually do like the theme song for this, and a little bit of trivia for this: the Beach Boys were actually going to have a song in this. It was called "Run James Run," but it got kind of cut, and then they decided let's put it on our new album. That would be Pet Sounds. Yes, if you guys, I don't know what it was I think it was supposed to be this one or no. I was thinking it's either this one or You Only Live Twice, which we'll get to in a minute. Thunderball is pretty good. The ocean sequences are just way too long. A cool poster though. I think I'm gonna get that poster someday soon. That one and probably Diamonds Are Forever, because that poster is so cool. So yeah, that's a great movie. It's not a masterpiece as I thought it would be, but it's great. Let's put it right there. Don't even talk about that. This movie is so bad. Oh my god, it is a definition of what not to do. There's Casino Royale, which I really do like. That's it. It's just poopy. You Only Live Twice. This is a good movie. Connery was looking bored in this. The theme song is pretty good. I don't remember the Bond girl's name. And the funniest thing is about this movie is that Sean Connery looked a lot like Leonard Nimoy when as Spock, and I don't know. I think that's just really funny to think about. He's been like 3 years since Star Trek was on, so they could have actually drawn some stuff from it. I don't know. I mean, I know he's trying to be Japanese, but a little bit of similarities. But that's good. It's an okay movie. Some people would put it in some people say it's a bad movie. No, it's not. The ninja scene was amazing. They introduced Blofeld. They actually showed Blofeld's face and what he would be for all these a bald man with a pretty big scar. With a scar right across his eye. It's a good movie. I'd put it in good. Now the next movie, this just goes right here. I don't even care. New Bond. He was pretty good for what it is. The Bond girl, she's the best out of all of them. The guy who played Blofeld, loved him. They put back Spectre. The theme song was amazing. It was just everything about it was great, and it's honestly a masterpiece. Because it really shows they went back to their old roots. This is almost like a remake of Dr. No in the sense of they didn't use a lot of gadgets in this. There wasn't high tech stuff here's a pen that makes people sterile or something. So yeah, this is a masterpiece. It's such a good movie. The ending, I'm not going to spoil any of these movies, by the way. The ending, except maybe Dr. No, my bad. The ending is it was so sad. I already knew it was going to happen, but I'm just no, don't do this. Don't show me this. I don't want to cry. And yeah, it's such a good movie. If you have not watched Her Majesty's Secret Service, you need to. I do not know his name that played Blofeld. Telly Sylvester, I want to say. I don't know, something like that. But I love this movie so much. But then you have Diamonds Are Forever. People say it's a bad movie. This is a good movie. This is actually not good. It's meh. It's right between good and bad. Sean looks so bored in this. But it's so nice to see. It's nice to see Sean Connery as Bond. You can't deny that's one of the coolest things you could ever think. It's like, we'll get to Never Say Never Again. I'll talk about that in a minute. People say this movie's boring. It is, in parts. I did like with Blofeld. They kind of like, oh, he has like people that look just like him and sound like him, so they're trying to mess with James Bond. And what's funny is that the guy that played Blofeld, it was the same dude that died, like I guess was Bond's friend, and story wise. So they decided, he wanted to mess with him a lot. So, Blofeld wanted to mess with Bond so much, he just, decided to look just like him. Which, that's honestly a lot of which I understand how that's pretty cool for what it is. But this is not a bad movie. Theme song would be a masterpiece. I think everything else would be about good, but the boring parts would make it meh. It's a good movie, but it's not as good as I wanted it to be. Now we get to Live and Let Die, where this is Roger Moore's first Bond. It's good. It's a good movie. I love the theme song. Of course, I love the Beatles. I love Paul McCartney. I think either McCartney or Harrison is one of my favorite Beatles. I think it has to be McCartney. It's an okay movie. Of course, this was Moore's first Bond, so it wasn't going to be as good as people wanted it to be. But I don't even remember the Bond girl's name for what it is. I can't remember. It was just a simple action movie, but it was good. Now we get to Man with the Golden Gun. It's bad. It's bad. It's not like, shit bad. It's just bad. I mean, it would be in this if not for Christopher Lee. You could tell he was loving it every single second. I think the theme song was pretty okay. Bond Girl, I can't remember the Bond Girl's name in some of these. It's a good movie. I mean, when you're trying to watch all these movies, they all just kind of run together sometimes. Like, oh, the Bond Girl's this. No, it's not. You lie. I just want to say, the funniest name for a Bond Girl ever, Pussy Galore. You can't make that up anymore. You can't make that up. You can't. But yeah, this movie is just bad. But the funniest thing is, the third movie is a masterpiece. Just like with Sean. It was the third movie that became a masterpiece. Of course, nobody does it better. Really good theme song. I love the theme song a lot, actually. Honestly, I might do something like I might do that song or something. Of course, the Bond girl married a Beatle, which I think is really cool to think about. A lot of the action scenes were really cool. The villain was kind of It's like the whole world would be underwater. It's like we don't have gills. We can't really breathe in the water. We can't really do that. But good movie. Jaws was a great addition to this. I need to actually read these books whenever I get the chance. I think, all these movies have books that I've done right now. I think up to like Goldeneye or now License to Kill is like the last movie that actually had a book with it. No, The Living Day. I think. No, it's The Living Daylights is the last like book movie. I think maybe License to Kill. I don't know. I gotta look that up. I think License to Kill might be like one of those like mini books. But Roger Moore was fantastic in this, and it was just a good movie. It's just a masterpiece. That's all it is to it. Moonraker was good. This was like my first Moore movie I watched. People would honestly put it in the bad category, which I understand. But some of the humor in it is pretty funny. When he's You know, when they're shooting ducks, and he just shoots the guy, and the Moonraker, I don't know what his name was, like, you missed. And he says, "Did I?" I don't know. Like I said, good something in sport. And it was, I don't know, it was funny. They had some moments in it. I did like the whole, like, I'm gonna build a master race in space. With James Bond in space was only to capture the the hype with Star Wars, which I understand a lot, honestly. But yeah, it's a good movie. Actually, yeah, it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's not bad. But it's okay. Now we get to one of my favorite Bourne movies, For Your Eyes Only. I love this movie a lot. I really do. The theme song's great. He played a much more serious Bond, which I've really liked a lot. Which, of course, it wasn't like so serious that he's like, I feel nothing. Good. It's just so good. I like the beginning of it when he visiting Tracy, which made me sad, and of course he kills Blofeld. No. I don't know. Does he? I mean, he could have killed, quote unquote, killed Blofeld, or sorry, I don't know. Technically, they couldn't call him Blofeld because of some licensing stuff or something with the movies. But yes, this movie's a masterpiece. It's so good. Now the next one, A View to a Kill. Yeah, the Bond. Yeah, Tanya Roberts. It's funny because they reported her death on Sunday, and then she was still alive. And then I guess she died. I think yesterday, which would be the 5th whenever I'm recording this. Which yesterday would be the 5th when I'm recording the next day, so it's really sad to see that. She was only in her 60s, I think so. I want to say 60s or 50s, one of the two. I don't know. But anyway, View to a Kill was kind of like a cheesy little action movie that you watch, but of course it's James Bond. It's Roger Moore's last movie. Oh crap! I didn't do. We'll get to those in a minute. I realized I didn't do Octopussy or Never Say Never Again. This movie's a good movie. So you have 3 good movies, 2 masterpieces, and 1 bad. That's not bad. Connery had good, great, masterpiece, great, meh. But we'll get to Never Say Never Again. But yeah, that's just it's a good movie. Christopher Walken was he added a lot to it. Yeah, I think that's all I got for that one. Octopussy. It was a great movie. Some people. I feel like I'm in this weird category of. Honestly, if it just had a little bit more, it would be a masterpiece. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the masterpiece section. This movie is so freaking good. I don't know why. I don't know why I like this movie, but I do, and I love it. The only problem I have with it is that Roger Moore dressed up as a clown. I really cannot take that seriously. I'm just like, and with circus with a bomb sequence, I'm like, and he's like, unharm me, damn it, there's a bomb in there, and it was like, bomb, ah! They start screaming top of their lungs. Literally, I was sitting I had to hold my breath because how I was anticipating it. Yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of slack for that, but that's my take on Octopussy. The name is funny the Bond girl, technically really Octopussy. She was all right. I think his name was Kamala Khan. He was an okay villain. Him and the other dude. My favorite scene from that movie is when he's in that car. I guess he's talking to the Russian dude who's trying to blow up like the base, and he's like, there's like 20 million people will die and because of your little accident, and like Roger Moore was like, he looked so mad. Like, it was perfect, and I love that. It was just, everything about this movie, I don't know why I love it, but I just do. I would watch it again if I could. That's how good it was. And then we get to Never Say Never Again, which is literally just a remake of Thunderball. But the funniest thing is he plays an older Bond, which works. It's not a great movie. It's a meh. It's a meh movie on the lines of, it's whatever. He it looks like he's having fun, but whatever. And then the ending, of course, it's like he winks at the camera, being all snotty. But yeah, it's just a remake of Thunderball. I mean, there's nothing really to it. Bond Girl was whatever. Like I said, I can't remember most of their names. More the lines of, they all just kind of like run together. So like, because because I'm still a senior in high school, I had nothing to do. I was stuck at home all the time, so I just watched all these movies after after Sean Connery died, which sucks really much. He deserves all the credit for being James Bond. He was so good in all the movies he did. Besides that, I loved him in Hunt for Red October and Indiana Jones, of course. I think it was pretty cool seeing him in Indiana Jones, because it didn't even look like he aged that much from, like he grew a beard and that's it. He grew a beard and was like still bald. Of course, he's wearing a hairpiece, and I think diamonds are forever, only twice, and never say never again, because you really can't have a bald Bond. That'd be weird. But yeah, that's he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done. The Living Daylights. This is a masterpiece. The marching band that I'm in, and then the next year that I'm helping out with, they're doing this as their closer. I was just like, because me and the band director, we were going back and forth. And he's like, well, I was kind of thinking about doing the Casino Royale, and I'm like, why not Living Daylights? Because it has like an orchestral thing. It works. It's beautiful, and of course, that's his favorite Bond is Timothy Dalton, which he should have gotten 3 movies. I wish he did. It would have been great. The Living Daylights is, it reminded me a lot of Goldeneye. I don't know why. Maybe because like Russians, maybe? I don't know. I just, I liked it. Honestly, you could tell me that you could honestly put these two together, and I'd never know the difference. If both Timothy Dalton played in both, I would never tell you. I couldn't tell the difference because they were just, so similar in some situations. I don't know, kind of like camera work was kind of the same for both. That's just me. Yeah, I loved The Living Daylights. Theme song's great. The Bond girl was great. I'm sorry, I can't remember their names right now off the top of my head. She was good though. And that brings me to the next one, which is License to Kill. This is a great. Actually, this is a masterpiece too. These were 2 great movies all together. I don't know why. Actually, no, this is a great movie. There were some parts. The villain's like, I don't know, helper, like a smaller version of him. He was kind of dumb. I just didn't like him. Not for like any particular reason. It was just like, whatever. Nice. The theme song is pretty good. Timothy Dalton was, great in this as well. Great in this as much as he was in Living Daylights. It was pretty nice to see like a different style of Bond with Timothy Dalton, because it was just dark. Like, it was really dark compared to like For Your Eyes Only. I think For Your Eyes Only and The Living Daylights kind of are similar in some sort, because it's just like he's brooding a lot. Like he's like the Bat. He's like Robin in this, but he's like Jason Todd Robin in this, and then like Bruce Wayne, and then Batman in this one. But then License to Kill, it's a good movie. I like how they were like, okay, let's not talk about Russians anymore because that's literally what half of these are, just Russians. Let's just do about like crime lord, like drug crime lords, which I think was going on at the time. Like the war on drugs and all that. The war on drugs were like the 80s, and this came out in like 90. I think 89. So this would have been like right up next to it. Yeah. I think I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, good movie. And of course, the last one that I can do for right now, I will make an updated list of everything. So I'm probably gonna watch these all over again while watching the Daniel Craig and the rest of the Pierce Brosnan movies. Goldeneye. That's time of the day. But masterpiece. Pierce Brosnan is so good in this. The theme song was great in it. Bond, like I said, the Bond girls kind of like they all just kind of run together. It's just I can't really say a whole lot because what hasn't been said about this movie. It's so good. My favorite part in this, besides like any story wise, like action scenes, was the tank. I loved it. It was just kind of, it was sort of cheesy, but in like a good way. And of course, the NES, NES game. Listen to me. The N64 game, of course, was great. I never played it, but from what I've seen and what I've I never fully played it, but what I've kind of played and what I've seen, it's amazing. And yeah, that is 7 masterpieces, 3 greats, 4 goods, 2 mess, 1 bads, and 1 shit. That's perfect. Yeah. Now, License it would be more masterpieces, only for the sense of that all they with Dr. No, they just built upon it. They built on it, and then they built on it more. Like I think with Dr. No, Russia with Love, and Goldfinger, it just got better. And I'm honestly in this category of like people are starting to really not like Dr. No as much as the other ones, which I don't really see why, because it's the first Bond movie. But I understand. So yeah, I'll probably have an updated list before hopefully when these come back to like any like a subscription base or something, I can watch all these. Maybe I think Casino Royale, I think Quantum of Solace is on Netflix. I don't know, I gotta check. But yeah, this is my